Welcome back to the DFS Special. I'm your host, your DFS Jerusalem, coming to you live from the
Unless you got 150 entries and then you're a shark and I don't fuck with you. So
there's too much good shit on here. This is the often imitated, never duplicated. I'm here with my lovely co-host. Thank y'all. Stay safe. Enjoy. I may have been calling in to work. You're gonna be in the running for the Snowflake of the Year. Get your shit together with your Snowflake. I'm at the crib, man, and I'm just finishing up.
stop.
Throw them bitches in the main. I'm telling you. You're gonna see the results, bro. You're gonna see it. Just this is what's really gonna help you out. You know how I feel about the home dogs. There's a lot of fight in the home dogs, and I really think a lot of shit to go over tonight. Who that squirrel pointer red player of the night.
Get them in your lineups. Get them in there. And let's go get this money.
Thursday, let's go. And remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300.
Are we good now? We should be good. We should be good. Okay, yeah, we should be good to go. Let me know when y'all have the volume and y'all can hear me. Okay, cool. I can get rid of this thing. All right, cool. So, pretty solid day so far. We got a couple of games still going. The Miami and the LA game, the two late games, we got those going. So we are, I'm sitting pretty good. Cashing just about everywhere I needed to. Could be a profitable evening, or should be a profitable evening. Might be wildly profitable if some of the cheaper guys like Bam out of Bio and those dudes go ham for Miami. So I got a lot of that going on. Busy day at the shop today. The homie gave birth to, not he didn't, but his wife did, gave birth to a 7-pound, 1-ounce baby girl. So that was dope. And he's probably not going to be coming in tomorrow. So I'm going to be in the shop all day getting to the money. I look forward to that. That's going to be dope. So, like I said, we've got 9 games on deck. Now, I want to take a look at this. Let me log into my into the Twitter. Let's log into the Twitter. Oh, you said Virginia's on upset alert. Virginia's on upset alert. Okay. Because we got a lot to chop up. Because we've got the first game is at 6 p.m. That's probably not going to be a part of the main slate, that 6 o'clock game, or Atlanta and Milwaukee. But we do have I think a couple of, well, at least one nationally televised game. Okay, Minnesota and San Antonio, which that game really doesn't mean a lot. That's not a great game to be nationally televised. Now, my Knicks are taking on the Charlotte Hornets. That should be a decent game. You got Indiana and Washington. That should be a good one. jumping off at 7 p.m. You got Houston and New Orleans. Should be a nice game. Denver, Memphis, blah. You got Sacramento and Utah starting off those late games at 9 o'clock. And then, of course, Golden State and Phoenix. And then the Detroit Pistons going to Portland to take on the Blazers. So this could be a decent slate, bro. Funny shit. Like, how many of you were able to get some of that Fred Van Vliet and some of that DeLeon Wright? Like, I was scrambling 3 minutes before lock to get as much of those dudes in my lineup as I could. I mean, I was scrambling. And I think out of like the 15 lineups that I had across both sites, I was able to get one or both of them in like 8 lineups, half of them. So that was pretty dope. Yeah, the FanDuel MLB slate is up, bro. Yes. The FanDuel MLB slate is up. That is something that we definitely got to chop up, man. We're gonna get into that immediately. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing a YouTube series talking about playing MLB. There are some differences that we're gonna see this year as far as the positions are concerned, especially on FanDuel. So we're gonna be chopping that up. But let's go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at this slate, man. We've got, like I said, we've got 9 games all together. Now, I don't think there's gonna be like this is gonna be what? Let's take a look. Yeah. We're starting with Houston, New Orleans. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. 10 games all together. Popping off Saturday. Of course, that early game is not gonna be right. Yeah, Quinn Cook is playing well. He is. All right, so what we're doing today's show, what we always do, man, we want to take a look at the price points, see where DraftKings has a guy ranked, see where FanDuel has a guy ranked, and then kind of compare those. Now, first things first, you already know what time it is. Whenever you got the New Orleans Pelicans on the bill, you can look to the other side because we know it's going to be a lot of possessions for both teams here. You look at AD, 11-5 looks good. Drew Holiday, 8-3 looks good. Shooting guard against Houston has been a thing recently. Even Rajon Rondo at 5.9 can be decent play. Mirotic, the usual suspects. On the other side, Chris Paul is now under 8K. Has not been playing very well lately. Let's take a look at Chris Paul. I want to see what he's done recently and against the Pelicans. Okay, 19. Worst game I've seen from him in all season. Well, that's an 18-point game against San Antonio. But one of the worst games I've seen from him all season. 19 here. Half a fantasy point per minute. That was horrible. But against the Pelicans, he's seen them twice this year and has scored 57 and 48 in both matchups against them. And unless there's something going on with him on an injury level or something, man, I definitely think that we can play him. I think he's in play at 7.9. You get him very cheap on DraftKings. I would not have an issue there at all. James Harden 11.2 is also going to be playable. I kind of like Clint Capella at 6.9 in this spot. I think Eric Gordon off of the bench at 5.2, going back to face his old team, going back to New Orleans. There's a bit of a revenge narrative here. I think he goes there and does well. Let's take a look at how he's been in New Orleans over the last couple of times. Look at that. 39, 33, 26, 20, 27, 38. He balls, man. He balls against the Pelicans, bro. He does. So, yeah. I like Eric Gordon. Definitely like Eric Gordon. Let's go take a look over on the FanDuel side and see, what are the price points there. Now, FanDuel, you're going to get on the main, you got all games starting at 6. Is that real? No, the main is 10 games. Okay, so you got an early one. The late swap one is at 6. The main joint is at 7. Okay, I was about to make sure. I'm about to say, dang. So we could be looking at the main regular joint, not the late swap joint, the regular joint. What's up, Mo? Play Gordon. Gordon legit revenge narrative. Yes, I agree. Lorenzo Robinson, what's up, big homie? All right, so Houston, Harden is 11-7. Chris Paul 8-1. Capella is 7-7. You get no big discount on these guys. I mean, even Eric Gordon is 5.3. AD is 12.4. Holiday is 9K. 6.2 for Rondo. The only really discount you kind of get is Mirotic off of the bench at 5.7, and he hasn't really played very well over the last couple of games. 18, 26, 14, 26. Like he hasn't had a good game in 5 games, so maybe this could be a bounce back spot for him. The next game we got is going to be the Indiana Pacers, and they're going to Washington, man, to the nation's capital to take on the Wizards here, and you got Vic Oladipo at 8.2. Him in the same spot. He was in the same spot the other day, and shit the bed. I'm talking against Toronto, 30.75 points, 26.5 before that against Philadelphia. The last good game he had was in a spot where he shouldn't have had a good game against Boston at 43. 52-point game against Washington earlier. So he has seen him earlier this season, played a total of 40 minutes and had 52. For me, I feel like he is a must play for me. I feel like he's a must play for me because I played him ever since this 50-point game. I played him against Washington. I played him against Milwaukee, against Utah, against Atlanta, against Boston, against Philadelphia. I played him in all of these spots. And for me, this is a must-play situation. Like, I have to play him because if I don't play him and he goes off, I am going to be pissed. So, plus you add to that the matchup is pretty much good. Him being the focal point in this game against the Washington Wizards, both of these teams are squarely in let's take a look at see what the playoff implications this game does have. Let's take a look. And shout out to everybody that went over and followed my barber page, man. That is my other career. Thank y'all, man, for supporting the homie, man. I definitely appreciate that. Definitely. All right, so let's take a look. Washington is a 5 seed, 39-30. Indiana is a 3 seed, 40-29. So, I mean, this team, this is still a close race. They're a game back of being a 3 seed. So, this is a game that matters. This is a game in the Eastern Conference that does matter. You look at Vic Oladipo at 8.2. Miles Turner, who was a game-time decision. He sat out a lot. That's when we saw the homie, what's his name? Al Jefferson go ham. Do not count on that happening again. Collison at 4.8 is still mega cheap, even after that big performance that he had. He's going to be usable. Bogdan Bogdanovic, I kind of like him. I think that you can play Thaddeus Young at 5.5. Even Lance Stevenson looks to be in play for me at 4.1. Now, on the other side, the usual suspects, man. Beal, Porter, possibly some Markieff Morris. Satoransky is going to be starting at 5.6. That's a guy I think you can play. It's pretty much cut and dry playoff time who the guys are that you can use in this spot. It's pretty much cut and dry for this specific game. Let's go over to FanDuel and see what the price points are and see how they differentiate each other. Yeah, Depot is 8.9, Miles Turner 6.9, Thad is 5.7, Bogdanovic 5.2, Joseph 5K. Collison is priced up 500 more, so that's gonna tell you, man, he's pretty much a decent play. Depot been underperforming. I'ma fade him. You and everybody else, bro. I swear, nobody's gonna play Depot. And they shouldn't because he's just not been good. He's not been good recently, but I feel like I gotta play him. He owes me, and I need to collect. Bradley Beal is still around 8K. He's 8.5. I like that. Definitely can play him in this spot. Otto Porter 7.5. Not in love with it, but I think it's playable. And we have seen Indiana struggle against power forwards. I see Markieff Morris being a decent spot here. Satoransky 6.2. Blah blah blah. That's not bad. Not bad. Bogdan kills the Wizards. Yes, he's had some good games against the Wizards too. Let's take a look. Just for the prove it factor, because you can't just say stuff without proving it. 28, 44, and 36 in 3 games in the last 3 games. The last one, that one was in overtime, but 28, 44, man, pretty solid output against them so far this season. Then the next game you guys can the Dallas Mavericks and the Brooklyn Nets. Both of these teams coming off of a back-to-back. Well, this is the second leg of a back-to-back. I think you can go right back to the Brooklyn guys, man. The one guy that I probably don't really want to play a lot in this spot is going to be Caris LeVert. He's in a good spot, but him in back-to-back just has not been a good thing so far this season. D'Angelo Russell, how about deloading, man? D'Angelo Russell having a 22-point first quarter and finishing with like 28 Draftkings points. How did the fuck did they do that? I was looking like a genius when this game first started until I was like, oh shit, D'Angelo Russell has 22 in the first quarter and Embiid only has like 6. What's going on? And then they finished the game. Embiid beasted out, scored 60 plus, and D'Angelo Russell stuck with that same punk ass 20 plus points he had for the entire game. That sucked. So I'm going right back to the Brooklyn Nets here with D'Angelo Russell. I think DeMar Carroll's in play. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson at 5.7. It looks to be in a good spot. Allen Crabbe, he was out last night. If he sits out again, that's really going to make me, want to play D'Angelo Russell. Some of the guys that are scorers here. Did Corey Brewer damn near 10x tonight? Yes, Corey Brewer went ham. I told you, like, all of them dudes was, not you, but I'm saying all of them dudes was in play. All of the cheap small forwards where you could have played them. From Corey Brewer to Caspi to even Damari Carroll, like all of the cheap mid-level guys, all those guys were in play. They just were. It was that type of slate. It was, and the data told us that it was that kind of slate. On the other side, Dennis Smith Jr. at 6.7. I like him going to Brooklyn. I really do. Harrison Barnes at 6.6 could be in play here. You might want to take a look at JJ Barea at 4.7 as well. Let's take a look over on FanDuel and check the pricing. See what we've got. Dennis Smith Jr. is 6.6. That's usable. Harrison Barnes is cheaper on FanDuel at 6.3. D'Angelo Russell is cheaper at 6.9. Damari Carroll. All of these guys are fairly affordable, bro. Ronnie Hall Jefferson is a little priced up, but yeah, all these guys are fairly affordable. I like that. Next game we got is going to be the Charlotte Hornets going to my New York Knicks. We got Kemba at 8.4. The Knicks do struggle against point guards. Charlotte does struggle against shooting guards. So Tim Hardaway Jr. at 5.7 can be a play that you would use. Nicholas Batum is now 8.1. He's over 8K, and that's just a little bit too rich for me. Dwight Howard is 9K, right where he should be against the Knicks. That's going to be up drubbing. The problem is, does he get 55 points? Well, we've seen Dwight Howard in these spots a lot of the times, or a few times this season. Has he delivered at that 9K plus mark? Let's take a look. Okay, he was 9.3. He got 51. 9.2. He got 31. He was 9.4. He got 39. 9.1. He got 40. So this kind of tells us that when he is up above 9K, it's more or less a crapshoot of him like exceeding value. You know what I'm saying? And you couple that with how well Nicholas Batum and some of the other guys have been playing. Because I saw the post game from the last time they played, and Batum talked about how much more confidence he had in playing with Dwight Howard, and I think that helps Batum way more than it helps Howard at 9K. So Kemba at 8.4 could be usable. Nick Batum has been playing very hot. He could be usable. Lamb at 4.3, maybe some Frank Kaminsky. Aside from that, don't really love that, man. They're very high in price, though. Very high in price. On the other side, Cantor, don't love him. Michael Beasley at 6.2. If we see that, Courtney Lee and Lance Thomas are going to be out again, and we're going to trust that Michael Beasley gets 25 to 30 minutes, definitely you can look at him, even at 6.2. He could be in play. And I kind of like Emmanuel Mudiay at 4.8. Look at him as a sleeper, bro. He's a guy that wants to prove that he's better than Frank Ntilikina. And that's why he's going out and he's playing hard. He's playing well. So Emmanuel Mudiay is definitely a guy that I think you could consider. He has something to play for. Even though this team is not going to the playoffs, they're not a very good team. That is what he's playing for. That's his motivation. He wants to be the starting point guard somewhere. And right now he's playing for the New York Knicks, and he wants to start. So that's a guy that you might want to take a look at as you entertain your roster builds. Next game. Excuse me. Let's go to FanDuel. Same vein. Let's check it out. Howard 9.1, Kemba 8.5, Batum is 8K. That's more usable on FanDuel. Marvin Williams is 4.3, MKG 3.6. Lamb is up there. No discount for any of them cats. Beasley is 6.1. He's 100 cheaper. Mudiay 4.9. Trey Burke, Frank Ntilikina. Yo, the pricing is tough, bro. Next game we got is going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers going to Chicago to take on the Bulls. The Cavs have been sucking lately, and a lot of that is in part to them just not being very good, man. I mean, you look at Larry Nance, who's been out. Rodney Hood has been missing. There's no Kevin Love, no Tristan Thompson. This team has been struggling, bro. This team has been struggling, and Zach LaVine, Noah Vonleh, game time decisions. Chris Dunn should be out here. Laurie Marketing should be out here. This is a game that Cleveland has to win. Cleveland has to win this game handily. There's nobody can lose this game. But I don't love LeBron James. I don't think we're going to see 4 quarters of LeBron James. I think they're going to blow them out. Because this team is horrible. The Chicago team is completely horrible. So I would look to see if Larry Nance is going to play. I can get behind him at 6.3. I think George Hill at 4.9 can be a solid play. Somebody that you can definitely use. Maybe even Jeff Green at 4.6 or Jordan Clarkson are guys that I could look to. I don't really love LeBron here. I really don't. On the other side is Jerry Grant, Why wouldn't Jerry Grant get the start at point guard if we have Chris Dunn out and with just Justin Holiday being a game time decision? Why wouldn't Jerry Grant be a guy that they would consider? He's at 3.62. You know, that's who I would be looking at. I mean, who's gonna play point guard? Well, Zach LaVine gonna play point guard. Who's the game time decision as well? Yo, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dude, everybody is injured. This game sucks. That is a horrible game. Good thing there's 10 of these bitches because I could fade that game completely. I really could. 12.7 for LeBron on FanDuel. That just screams don't play me. George Hill 4.6. Hood 4.9. Jeff Green is 4.4. You got Zach LaVine at 6.2 and Noah Vonleh at 4K. Both of those cats, like I said, are game time decisions. This is an ugly, ugly game, man. Next game, check please. Next game, we got going to be the Denver Nuggets going to Memphis to take on the Grizzlies. Going to the grindhouse, baby. You can't play centers against both teams, especially against the Denver Nuggets. So Marcus Gasol is in play, very similar to what Jokic does, and I think Jokic at 9.1 is in play as well. I do like Paul Millsap at 5.8. I like the price on him. Gary Harris is a game time decision. Jamal Murray at 6.8. We have seen point guards really take it to the Memphis Grizzlies, and Jamal Murray has been fairly hot over the last few games. Let's take a look at Jamal Murray and his production over the last few. I know he had a big one last time. Last 5 games for him. Last 5 games. 44, 35, 31, 46, 22. Not bad over the last few games, man. So I think we can look to Jamal Murray at 6.8. Will Barton off of the bench at 6.2 looks to be usable. On the other side, maybe some JaMychal Green at 6.1. Ricky Rick is playing too. And for some reason, they're like unleash Ricky Rick and let him play a bunch of minutes. Like, I don't think that he was like injured per se. I think they were trying to hold him out for some reason. But, I mean, 33 minutes in his first game back, and he scored 49. Then he had 50 DraftKings points. So he's going to be in play for us. We know Denver loves to push the pace and play fast. So why not take a guy that will benefit that? No Harris, stacked Denver, coming from White Nose 305. I can agree with that, bro. Let's take a look over on FanDuel. Same game. We want to get a feel for the pricing, right? We got Jokic is 9.9. That's up there. Gasol is 8.1. I wouldn't have an issue with that. Ricky Reek 7.7. I kind of like that. JaMychal Green is 6K. Wilson Chandler 5.2. Jamal Murray is the same price pretty much as he is on DraftKings. So look out for that, especially if Gary Harris is out. I like that because he's going to own the perimeter if Gary Harris is out. And if Harris is out for real, then you better be looking at Will Barton at 6.2 and even cheaper than that over on DraftKings. The next game we got is going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves going to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. I want to see what Cat does against them. If my memory serves me correctly, he had a big one against them last time. 62.5 and 58 over the last 2 games, but he's seen him, I think, 4 times. No, those are the last 2 games. 62 and 58. Against the Spurs, though, 56 was what he had last time against them. I knew he had a big game against them. 56 the last time, and 42 before that. And this was in November, so he hasn't seen him in quite some time. The team is different. Jimmy Butler was there then. There's no Jimmy Butler now. So even at 9.5, Cat's going to be in play for me. Jeff Teague at 6.1 is a guy I think I can consider. Andrew Wiggins, man, them going through that little shit earlier in the week when he was saying like he wanted to be more involved and he's not happy with his role. I'm gonna pump my brakes on fucking with him too tough, man. Just give me Towns, Jeff Teague, maybe some Bielita at 6K. On the other side, I like LMA, DeJounte Murray against Jeff Teague. Defense could definitely pan out. Danny Green's been playing some pretty good ball lately. Remember, this team is still exercising a playoff push here. The Timberwolves, not so much. Let's see. Okay. The Minnesota's 40 and 29. Excuse me. San Antonio is the one that's just outside of the playoffs. So this game does have meaning. So Rudy Gay 4.4 could be usable. Powell 5.5 could be usable. This can be a good game. This is a game people are not really going to want to fuck with, but I think this is a very usable game. I do. DraftKings, let's go to FanDuel. Where we've got the 10.5 for Towns, 6.9 for Teague, 6.5 for Wiggins, 5.6 for Taj, 6.4 for Bielita. That's up there, man. LMA is 8.9, DeJounte Murray 7K, Danny Green 4.8, Kyle Anderson 5.6, and Patty Mills is 3.9. No big discount you're getting on FanDuel for these cats either. Next game we got is going to be the Sacramento Kings going to Utah to take on the Jazz. The Jazz have been kicking ass and taking names. I don't see where there's any difference here. I do like Rudy Gobert at 8.7. This team is actually, on a back-to-back. This is going to be the second night of a back-to-back for the Sacramento Kings. So you want to get, be abreast of who is going to be in and who's going to be out. Scalaby Sierra, he didn't play tonight, but he should be playing. He should come back to play as a game time decision. I think they held him out just because they don't want to play two games back-to-back. So I don't love a lot of the Sacramento guys, man. Utah has been very solid against so many different positions, but De'Aaron Fox, maybe Bogdanovich or Buddy Hield will be the only places I could look to. And power forward has been a thing against them too, but I don't want to play Zebo on a back-to-back. I mean, it's 10 games, bro. I don't have to. I don't have to do this if I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? There's so many games. Like I don't have to get locked into that. I don't. Rubio is a game time decision at 7.3. I'm gonna love Donovan Mitchell. I think Joe Ingles is in play. That could be usable. This is a game that I like. I just don't fully love this game. I think it's a usable one though. I do. Then we got FanDuel side 6.8 for Carly Stein, 5.7 for De'Aaron Fox. Bogdanovic is cheap, man, at 4.9. That's stupid usable too. Buddy Hield 6K. Rudy Gobert 10 point. Look at that price point. Okay, Rudy Gobert is 10.2 on FanDuel, and he's freaking on DraftKings. He's 8.7. That makes him like an easy fucking. Oh, Scout is playing tonight. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I thought he was held out. Yo, that makes him an easy play. That makes him an easy play on DraftKings. Rudy Gobert is an easy play on DraftKings. That makes him an easy play on DraftKings. 8.7 on DraftKings, 10.2 on FanDuel. I'm gonna trust that what FanDuel says and that he is worth 10K and he's gonna ball out. So I'm definitely gonna play him on DraftKings. Definitely. Mitchell 8.3. Favors 5.8. That's not bad. I can play him there at 5.8. Next game we got is gonna be the Golden State Warriors going to Phoenix to take on the Suns. This should be a shellacking. But we do know that Kevin Durant's gonna be out for at least 2 weeks. Steph Curry's gonna be out. Klay Thompson's gonna be out. So that means get your Draymond in there against Phoenix. You can pretty much stack this thing. You're looking at anybody that price doesn't go crazy, like Omri Caspi at 4.4 is in play. Quinn Cook at 3.4 is a guy that's going to be usable. Swaggy P, you can play him if you like, but I don't like Swaggy P at all. Maybe some Iguodala at 4.7. On the other side, if Devin Booker plays, play him. Easy. If Devin Booker plays, play him. Elfrid Payton at 6K, definitely a guy that I'm going to be good. Yes, I like Elf. Yeah, I like Elf. White Nose, you're right. Elf is 6K in this matchup against I'm not going to call them a beatable Golden State team, but a team that I don't think is going to blow Phoenix out. You know what I'm saying? Like, Draymond's not going to do it by himself. So, yeah. Alex Lynn, nah. Bender, even like Josh Jackson at 5.8 is a guy that I think I like. Omri Caspi just got hurt, Mo. Damn. Come on, Caspi. Bro, he is everywhere. Yo, Omri Caspi is probably the highest owned dude on the slate. He's like up there with Westbrook. Let's take a look over at FanDuel, man. So we got Golden State and Phoenix on FanDuel. Draymond, 7.8, playable again. Gotta play him again. He's cheap. Nick Young, 5K. Jaja, 3.6. Quinn Cook is 3.9. Playable again. Iguodala still 4.2. Caspi is still 3.7. Oh, they're still cheap, bro. The prices didn't move for them cats on FanDuel. They're going to be chalky again. Real talk. Elf is 5.6 on FanDuel? Oh, my God, bro. They're begging us to play him. They're begging us to play him. Yeah, Elf is in there. Last game we got is going to be the Detroit Pistons going to Portland to take on the Trailblazers, where Andre Drummond has the key to my heart on this slate on DraftKings. I like him. I like Drummond. I really like Drummond, and I really like Gobert. I think I'm going to be Drummond and Gobert. I like that. So it could be a 2-center day because you got Drummond, Gobert, you got the cheap value from the Golden State game. I kind of like that. Blake is at 8.5 against Portland. We do know that they struggle against power forwards. Both of these teams do, actually. So Blake Griffin at 8.5. You go right over to Al-Farouq Aminu at 4.6. Very cheap price power forward that can play well. Detroit has struggled against point guards. Big game Dame at 9.7 can be the perfect late night hammer for you. Wouldn't have an issue there. Reggie Bullock at 4.9 could be usable. And Ish Smith is a no for me. Evan Turner at 4.1 if you're really trying to, grab some value. And if you don't think that Al-Farouq Aminu is the type of power forward that can get off against Blake Griffin, maybe you want to look at Ed Davis against the second team at 4.1. Let's go over to FanDuel and check out the prices. See, here we go. Drummond is 9.8. Blake is 8.1. Ish is 5.1. No discounts there. Dame is 9.9. Nurk 6.6. CJ McCollum is 7.7. Aminu is 5K. Yeah, you're not getting a big discount on any of these guys either. So this is the lineup from last night. And the changes that were made to it was, I think we got off of Lowry. Went to Van Vliet. Got off of Lowry, went to Van Vliet, and went up. I think went up to I can't remember. I have to pull it up. But that was the lineup from last night, which of course you had to get off of Lowry. All right, so let's go hit up the lobby. And we're gonna enter something in the dribbler. And I already know where I'm starting at point guard. Elf. Point guard Elf. 2 guard. Depot. I like Depot, but we're going Bradley Beal. Do you want to play a 2 guard against Depot though? I don't think I want to do that. Depot locks him down. He does. Ricky Reek might be in play. Yeah, that might be great. That might be Wiggins, Levine. Okay, Will Barton. Yes. Give me that Will Barton. Small forward. LeBron James. I don't love LeBron James. He's too expensive. Otto Porter. Since I do see some trouble. Going in the direction of Beal with Depot guarding him, I'm gonna shift my coverage over to Otto Porter. Then at power forward, who do we like a lot? Power forward. I like Ronnie Hollis Jefferson. I do. He's just a little bit priced up, but I do like Hollis Jefferson. Caspi is not returning. Ooh, that's a killer right there. That is a killer. That fucked a lot of lineups right there, bro. Oh, that's horrible. If you had Cassie, man, R.I.P., bro. That sucks. That is horrible. Draymond, yeah, Draymond. Gotta get into Draymond. So no Caspi for us. Now center. There was only a few guys that I really liked. Towns looked decent, but I love Gobert. He's just priced up. I like Drummond at 9.8. He's just priced up. Gasol looked to be usable. Capella against New Orleans at 7.7. He's been playing some really good ball lately. Nurk against Detroit could have been a solid play. Let's go Capella here. Then at shooting guard, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play Eric Gordon. And to complete my Houston stack against the Pelicans, we're going there. And at small forward, we're gonna pay down some. Donovic, and at power forward, we got 6.2 left. Can we be able to? There it is. Ronnie Hollis Jefferson. There it is. That's it. So that is the officially unofficial sweatshop lineup. We got Elfrid Payton, Chris Paul, Will Barton, Eric Gordon, Otto Porter Jr., Bogdan Bogdanovic, uh, Draymond Green, Ronnie Hollis Jefferson, and Clint Capella. Thank you all so much for enjoying the show and investing in the homie, investing your time in the homie. Much appreciated, man. Let's get to it, man. Let's have a good solid tomorrow, man. Saturday. We're gonna get it in, and I'll meet you all inside of the DFS Sweatshop VIP, man. If you know how to get there, get on in there, man. Much love to everybody. Peace. We out, and keep it 300.